Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's Jennifer, and today's video is going to be a stitch with me. Um, I'm working on the World Travel Bookshelf from Haid, and this is the one that I chose to do as a stitch with me for my channel. So we're going to work on that. But first off, I wanted to tell everybody Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a Happy New Year. I hope everyone, all my floss tubers and my stitchers, had a wonderful Christmas also. So we're going to stitch and we're just going to chat and talk about whatever. So my New Year and Christmas was pretty good. Um, it was quiet. Me and the kids just kind of, you know, sat here and vegetated and did whatever. And other than that, that was about it, basically. So, I would have, I was supposed to do a live yesterday, a cross stitch live, and well, little dude decided that he wanted to spend time with mommy, and he kind of, pouted until he got his way. So I rescheduled that to next week, and he and I spent time watching, TV, doing whatever, and that was basically my thing. New Year's Eve, we sat here and watched the ball drop in, which is the first time I've done in like forever. So I'm actually surprised that I actually made it to midnight, because most of the time I'm usually in bed by then or even before then, because yeah, I was shocked. So, and I think part of it was my daughter's boyfriend was here too. So, yeah, it kind of took us, but that's how it goes. Usually, I mean, I'm old, so I go to bed early, but I was shocked because I really wasn't paying attention to the time either until uh, Miranda's like, Mom, where's turn it to the, rocking whatever it is on TV. And I was like, what? She says the New Year's Eve thing. Oh, so I did, and I didn't realize that it was 11:30. So yeah, I was totally, I had no clue. I was, having fun, hanging out with my daughter and her boyfriend, and didn't really pay attention. But other than that, and I'm going to try to, I made some New Year's resolutions, but you know how we are when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Not everybody can stick to them, but I made the ones I made. I'm hoping are how do you put it? Somewhat um, achievable. I didn't want to make ones that I couldn't. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to see where I'm at. Ah, I didn't want to make ones that I didn't think I could accomplish. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and we shall see. So I hope everyone, had a good Christmas and New Year. We just, I got some really cool, nice presents. I got jewelry. The boys and Miranda gave me a necklace and a bracelet, and then Miranda, my daughter, gave me a towel that it's from the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's called the Terrible Towel. And they crap. And it's, I guess it's one of their they use it to wave. The fans use it to wave around in the stands and to cheer everybody on. So that's, what that was. And let's see what else. Skylar gave me a necklace. Um, the boys received a Nintendo Switch, and with the understanding from Santa Claus that they had to share it. So we're going to see how that works, because so far they've been pretty good about, sharing it and not raising a big, major fuss. Okay. About the whole thing. So, which I thought was good. Um, because when I handed it to him, I looked at them both and I said, I know Justin doesn't believe in Santa Claus anymore, but I told him, I said, Santa Claus wanted me to tell you that y'all need to share this. And Justin looked at me, he's like, okay. I said, well, that, you say that. So far they're sharing it. We'll see. And then they both each got headsets for their Nintendo, or not Nintendo, for their Xbox. So they've been playing with that. And Skylar he made out like a bandit this year, and he was pretty happy with what he got. So he got some Legos and other cool stuff, a soccer ball, remote control car, which, I don't think Santa realized when he gave him the remote control car that we needed batteries. Yeah, no batteries. So I got to get some now. So I'm not going anywhere till next week. So I told it, Skylar, I said, I'll get you some next week, and you can put them in the car. And of course, I'm dreading that, because, yeah, that's going to be annoying as all get go. I know it is. I know just how, yeah. Because he got, like last year, he got a Power Ranger last year. And let me tell you something, that thing was annoying. It was so annoying. I had to take the batteries out of it. That's how bad it was. I think my brains were shot before it was over and said and done with. But I can't fault him, because, he he uh, oh well. He he likes playing with that kind of stuff. So I wasn't, I wasn't complaining. But mostly we just kind of sat here. I didn't diamond paint. I didn't cross stitch. I didn't do anything while they were home. And, that's kind of sad. And, but I just did, to be truthful, I just didn't feel like it. And when they're home, I just kind of, like, especially if they're off on a break, I try to spend as much time with them. And I figured, like yesterday, when I had my live planned, I figured that they would let me uh, do my live. And well, Justin didn't really care. Skylar or Miranda, she was, she didn't care. And Skylar was the only one. And he's like, Mommy, I enjoy spending time with you. I want to spend time with you, more time with you, because tomorrow is my first day back to school. So that's why I spent time with him, because I knew, today was their day back to school, and thank God they went back to school. My God. But I knew that it was their, day back, first day back to school. And I said, okay, we will, um, we'll spend time together. So that's, what that resulted in. And we did. And then he, around later on, he got kind of bored. And I asked him, I said, are you bored, bud? And he's like, yeah. I said, well, you can go and do what, you can go play or whatever. And he was like, yeah, but I wanted to spend time with you. I said, well, you did. Um, you spent time with Mommy. I mean, it's not like, and he's like, okay. So that's what he did. He spent time with me yesterday. And then he did his thing. And so we just basically, after that, went about our separate ways and went from there. So I got stuff popping up on my screen. So that being said, other than that, it was really kind of boring weekend. And I didn't realize beforehand that I didn't record a floss tube video before the holiday, and I feel bad because I didn't, and I apologize, but I will. I will record one probably tomorrow, so that way you guys can be caught up on what I've been doing, which hasn't been a whole lot. That's why I wasn't going to record a floss tube video, so I will probably wait and do the floss tube video. I haven't decided yet. If I don't record it for tomorrow, it'll be up for next week. Because I hadn't really stitched at all, that's why I didn't record one. I could have probably recorded one, but I didn't. And I could have probably showed off my Christmas presents and stuff, but yeah, I didn't. I just kind of got lazy. Wasn't trying to. And believe me, when you don't record for like a week or whatever, it's hard to get back into the swing. Believe me, this whole week has been like, I've been fighting not being motivated and trying to get motivated, and just wasn't having it. So I decided I'll just go ahead and, you know, bite the nail on the head and go ahead and do a video. So, and but basically, I can't even see. Oh, so basically, yeah. I do know that if I do a floss tube video next week, I really need to catch up on my stitching. I have one project that because because I rotate my stuff. I rotate my projects. So I had put that one out this morning when I got up. And now I am going to rotate. And I have the one that's due for this week. So I'm going to sit down this afternoon after I diamond paint some and cross stitch and get some stitching caught up so you guys can watch. Because, yeah. And mind you, this one, there's not a whole lot to show yet. This is just this light purple. I'm just doing the light purple right now. I'm hoping, I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, there I am. Okay. I'm having a hard time seeing. I think I'm going to have to move my lamp that I have over here so I can see. But, and if you guys are curious what these are, it's called waist knot. And after I do this block of color, I'll show you what they're, you know, what you do. Because I mean, I've done these off and on, and sometimes it's going to be a little bright, guys, and I'm sorry. There. Sometimes oh, y'all hear my stomach growling. I must be hungry. Sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. And sucks when you can't see. And I haven't really been consistent with it. So I'm trying to be consistent with it. I mean, I still do parking or whatever, my version of parking. But I haven't really done this technique a lot. Somebody showed me how to do it, or if they told me about it, because I saw a picture. And I asked her, you know, why she had, you know, those laying off to the side. Excuse me. And she told me. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. And of course, getting into the habit, it's hard to do when you're used to doing something else, and then trying to put both techniques together in, into one, or collating them, whoops, or collaborating them into one thing. It's hard. And that's my problem. Because, I sit here, there's been plenty of times that I've sitting in my recliner or wherever and said, okay, well, I'm going to use both these techniques, and, and then, it doesn't always work. Sometimes I do, my pins, sometimes I do the waist knot, sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? I need to get better at this, and, using one technique or using both techniques, because, because I confuse myself sometimes, and that's not good when I do. Of course, like some of my other creator friends say, well, you always get confused. You're right, I do, and that's funny. It's just hilarious. It's funny. So that's, I mean, it's not really been a big, huge week. This week I've just, not a whole lot been going on. Just trying to get back into the swing. So, and my daughter has a new boyfriend. I'm kind of glad because, like I told all my diamond painters in my diamond painting video, the guy that she was dating, I didn't like him too much. I mean, he was okay, but he was, I don't know how to put it. He wasn't controlling, but he liked to talk to her, like she was a kid. And mind you, she's 22 years old, gonna be 23 next month. And God, that makes me feel old. Oh, I didn't realize I was, oh my God. I know I don't look that old, right? Um, he's talked to her like she's a kid. And some other things. And so when she broke up with him, she looked at me and she says, I don't feel bad about this. And I said, why not? And she says, I just don't. She said, is it wrong? I said, no, not really. I said, but that's up to you. I mean, you only know what went on in your relationship more than I do. And I said, and that's, even though you told me some of the stuff secondhand, I said, so, I mean, I don't know. And so I still don't think, the ex gets it because he he's messaged her here and there, and I don't think he gets it. I don't think he realizes, okay, look, I'm over you. I don't want to talk to you. So why are you, messaging me? And, she doesn't answer. And I mean, he even FaceTimed her one day. And I heard her from, and I wasn't here, but after he FaceTimed her or whatever, video called her, and she didn't answer, she's like, Mom, please tell me why he's video calling me. I said, I don't know. I said, what did you do? She says, I ignored it. I said, well, then don't bother with him. And so she hasn't, which I think is good. But this guy is very, very good to her so far. It's only been like, uh, a week. They got together the day after Christmas. I can't remember. So she knows more than I do. I can't remember. But yeah. And he works out here where we live. So, but of course I was friends with him um before that, and he kind of let it let the cat out of the bag that he thought she was pretty. And I told him, I said, well, I said, I can talk to her. And so I did. And the next thing I know, they've been together since. And he treats her better than anything. And I thought it was going to be kind of awkward because, he and I are friends. I mean, he's been working here a year, and, he and I have been friends, and, nothing came of it, but he and I are just friends. And I just thought it was going to be kind of awkward with her, you know, and so far, not really. So, she doesn't seem to be bothered that, he and I are friends and so forth, which is kind of good. But I still feel kind of weird sometimes. But it's okay. At least, if they ever decide to get married, he knows he gets along with me. And I'm not going to be one of these overbearing mother-in-laws that, yeah, I had one of those, let me tell you. It wasn't fun. It was not fun at all whatsoever. She just, and of course, it didn't help matters that, my ex was a mama's boy. But, oh well. But I'm not one of those mothers that have to be all up in their business. I mean, I've always told my girls that if they can't resolve their problems with him, with the boyfriend, and, things get bad, then, if they need me to step in, I will. And that's as far as I've gotten. And they both had their issues. And I've stepped in here and then. And, had to, all right, wait a minute. Oh, goodness gracious. What did I do? I boo-booed. Oh, wow. I don't know what I did. I feel like I didn't count enough. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I don't know what the deal is. I miscounted. But somewhere, don't know. It's okay. It's not going to really look, it's not going to be off, but okay. So anyhow, okay. So, but that's been just mainly our week, our Christmas. It's funny. I can sit in my recliner and cross stitch and run my mouth to people, but I can't sit here and think of anything and be stitching for 2 or 3 hours, but I can't sit here and think of any gosh darn thing to talk about. That's bad. That's bad. Oh well. Um, I was afraid. Okay, yeah, I got something to talk about. I was worried that Skylar wasn't going to want to go to school this morning, and I was concerned, but he didn't fight me because I was ready for it. And same thing with Justin. I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. And because 6 o'clock I get Justin up, and then at 7 I get Lil Dude up so that he can get ready for school. So at 6 o'clock I go in and I look at Justin and I say, dude, time to get up. And he says, okay. Well, I go in and, make my coffee, do whatever, and come back out. And he's sitting in the recliner, um, dressed. wide awake and ready to go. I'm like, um, who are you and what have you done with my kid? Because he doesn't get up. He waits until, 15 minutes before he has to go out to the bus. And he just looked at me. He's like, what? I was like, nothing. And he just looked at me. He says, I'm going to try to turn over a new leaf and get up and be on time. I'm like, okay. And Skylar, with little dude, I was kind of worried that he wasn't going to get up because of him being home for the 2 hours or whatever, or the 2 weeks, or week and a half. But it was funny. I sat down with my coffee and was, drinking my coffee, and I happened to look up, and there he is standing in the door. Oh, well, you're awake. Hello. And I just looked at him and I said, good, I don't have to wake you up. And he just, looked at me with this look of, hi, Mom, I'm awake. So I just, I felt bad for him. I was like, dude. And he's like, do I have to get dressed right now? I was like, no, why? And he says, I'm going to go watch TV. I was like, okay, go watch TV. So he did that. And he came out and he looked at me and he says, is that paper in my book bag, Mom? I said, yeah, son. I said, don't forget to give it to your teacher. Okay. So, and then of course, okay, tell me why I didn't get his report card. I didn't get his report card for the first marking term. And I was cleaning off the dining room table yesterday. And I happened to look and I was like, why is this here? And then, and I asked him, I said, dude. And he said, what? And I said, why is your report card here? Oh, I forgot to give it to you. And I said, well, you think? I said, son, this thing has been sitting here for like forever. And he's like, I know. I was like, dude, you have to, you have to give mommy these things. And he just, I forgot. Okay, you forgot. Okay, whatever. And then, of course, he looked at it this morning and he says, Mom, you ripped the envelope. Well, son, it was sealed. Oh, I didn't want to, I said, how else was I supposed to get into it? And he's like, I don't know. Okay. Because usually they leave it unsealed. But they didn't this time. So I'm not sure if it was when he was sick that, they sealed it up and, I don't know. All I know is I had to rip it open. So I told him, I said, just make sure you tell your teacher. That way, she won't think you did it. He's like, okay. I said, next time you'll give it to me when you're supposed to. Which he didn't. I don't even know when report cards came out. And usually he hands it right to me. I don't know why he didn't this time. But he didn't. And I had no clue that it was there. And I just looked at him. I was like, dude, what? Why didn't you give this to me? And that's when he said, I forgot. So, yeah. So, and an update on Justin. Well, his girlfriend has decided to stay in South Carolina. And He found out Christmas Day, and poor thing, between that and waking up with a nosebleed, oh my gosh. And I felt bad for him, and he came out and he was actually in tears. And I said, sweetie, you know, it'll be okay. And he he didn't believe me. So I had to sit there, and I was like, well, and when I asked him what was wrong, and he told me, and I was like, well, why is she staying there? And he says, I don't know. I said, okay. I said, well, what about Kenny? And he's like, no, Kenny's staying up here. Okay. I don't know why, but so then, what was it? This past weekend, um, crap. This past weekend, uh, my oldest daughter calls me and she says, has Justin talked to you? And I said, sort of. And she says, are you okay with this? And I said, I guess. I said, but I told him that he needs to understand that, I don't want him just to move down there with you just because Josie is in South Carolina. And so they talked, and, she told him that he needed to make very sure, be very sure this is what he wanted to do. So as it stands now, he's thinking about it, but I think he's going to. I don't know yet. He's kind of, hasn't really said one way or the other. Um, wrong one. So we'll see. His reason for going down there to be with, my oldest daughter is because he wants to start fresh, but he also wants to be closer to his girlfriend. And I told him, I said, well, that's up to you. I said, I don't have a problem with that. And I said, but, I would prefer you wait until after you graduate and you walk across the stage and get your diploma. Then you can go down there and do whatever. And he's like, are you going to be mad? I said, no. I said, why would I be mad? What do I have to be mad about? And I said, y'all are growing up on me. I said, will I miss you? Of course I will. Um, you know, so I told him, I said, that's, your your choice. And but she wants him to get a job, which, he knew he was going to do that. I mean, he can't find anything up here. He's been trying to find something up here, but he's not having any luck. Everywhere he goes and follows up with, because he doesn't have work experience because he's still in high school. So, and he's having a hard time because he wants money. He wants, to help mom out, and he can't, and he gets irritated. So, which I can understand that. And I totally get it. So, we shall see. And I apologize if this is not showing anything of like, what it's going to, show you any kind of picture. of what it's going to turn, what it's turning out to be. But it will as we go along. Mm. And now, let's see, what time is it? Let's see. I'm trying to get this in here. Okay, that's it, guys. I know, it wasn't a whole lot to talk about. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I'll have more next time. So, I hope everybody has a happy new year. And thank you for watching. And I hope everyone enjoyed the stitch with me. And I will see you all next time. Have a great week, guys.